Hello everyone, and welcome to your video on the new moon in Taurus happening on May the 4th. So if you are new to me, welcome. If you've been tuning in for a while, welcome. I always look forward to sharing these cosmic updates with you and helping you really co-create with cosmic energy. It's definitely one of my passions, and there's so many incredible changes that are happening right now, and I really love the energy around this new moon in Taurus. So to start with, the moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus, and I think this is just coming at such a beautiful time to really help ground us, to really help focus us, and to really remind us that part of life, we're always going to be growing, we're always going to be expanding, we're always going to be wanting to look at what is coming next, right? Like that is part of our human experience. And what Taurus really reminds us to do is to enjoy the beauty and the pleasures of our physical world, to really enjoy being in the here and now, to really enjoy being in the moment. And sometimes as spiritual beings, we can easily get caught up in, traveling to these different dimensions, activating these intuitive gifts, all these incredible things that I love to work with as well. But it's so beautiful that Taurus reminds us, the energy of Taurus, to be here in the moment, to be grounded in the moment, and to seek out pleasure and joy in this moment. It's available to us. So say hi. Allie, welcome, goddess. Katrina, hello. Bethany, say hi as you jump on. And the new moon is always this invitation from the universe to begin again. And how incredible is it that each month we don't have to wait for a new moon to begin again. But I love that following these lunar cycles really give us the reminder that we can always begin again. We can set new intentions. We can have a fresh start. So share with me, what are you creating? Katrina's a Taurus rising. I love it. Beautiful. I am loving this energy. I mean, the moon's not in Taurus yet. It will be for our new moon on the 4th, but I'm a natal Taurus moon, so I really love these energies. And I want to take a look at today as well some of the other themes that have been coming up. Like, yeah, we now have Saturn and we have Pluto retrograding. We have Jupiter retrograding as well. And we still have Neptune, which is the planet of intuition. It is the planet of dreams, really coming into play around the new moon as well. So there's just a lot of beautiful shifts going on. So Allie's a Taurus moon too. I knew that. I love that. My fellow Taurus moon. Hi, Sarah, Chantel. So feel free to share below what you are manifesting, what your intentions are around the new moon. And what's really powerful as well is 72 hours before the new moon, the moon enters into the balsamic phase, or what's also known as the dark moon phase. And that really is like a sign from the universe to go within, to recharge, to reflect. And then the new moon is this invitation to put those intentions out into the world. And it's like this new cycle is beginning again. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. And Kenzel is a Taurus rising as well. Cool. Love this. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Okay, so let's take a look at this Taurus energy. So Taurus is a very earthly, sensual sign. It is very grounded. It reminds us to connect into the wisdom of our body. It really also is this reminder to create beauty in our environment, to really seek out joy, right? To enjoy this human experience, and to trust that when we have these desires in our heart, that they are given to us for a reason, and we don't have to feel guilty about claiming them or claiming what we want. Taurus is also, it's ruled by Venus, so it's the goddess of love, of beauty, of prosperity. It's one of the money signs in the zodiac as well. So we don't have to always just set intentions based on the energy of what's happening in the new moon or the sign that it's in. But if you like to do that, beautiful time to set any intentions that you have around money, around calling in financial abundance, any intentions you have around stepping more into joy in your life. And part of that is being able to release any of the limiting beliefs that really hold you back, right? Like, joy is our natural state. and it comes to us naturally when we release the thoughts, when we release the habits, when we stop doing the things that withhold it from us. We naturally shift into that energy of joy. So this is the energy we're working with. And then the new moon is in harmonious flow with Neptune and in Pisces. And these energies, they just work amazingly well together because where Taurus grounds us into our body, right? It's like very much be present in your body, be practical, you know, give yourself permission to be the earthly being that you are. We are here on planet Earth to really like be in our body and to enjoy that. But where it's in harmonious flow with Neptune and Pisces, it adds this transcendence energy to the new moon as well, where we are really connected into our intuitive gifts, where we're very much connected into our dreams, what we desire to create. So where Taurus really grounds us in our physical body, this connection with Neptune and Pisces is also, it's like this message from the universe that, of course, we're here in our physical bodies, but we're also a spiritual being. So it connects us to that part of it as well. And it really is like the energies right now, it really is about taking those intuitive downloads that we are getting, using our intuition, and then applying it in very practical ways. So it's really cool. It's just this beautiful, dreamy, creative energy that's coming into the mix as well. So if you're just jumping in now, definitely say hi, share with me. What are you creating? What are your intentions in this new moon energy? I always love to read over them. So we have this going on, and we also have a huge focus, and this was especially end of April, even as we go into the beginning of May, around the time of the new moon, on the energy of Capricorn. So both Saturn and Pluto right now are in Capricorn, and they're retrograding through Capricorn. So this is where there's been an ongoing karmic theme coming up. And you may have felt this, like maybe you're watching this video at a later time, but if you're here with me live, yesterday we had Saturn go retrograde. And when that happens, it can really trigger a lot of old patterns within us. It can almost be like a sense of heaviness that we feel as well. And what it's doing is it tends to like bring to the surface what we need to heal, like the patterns that we still haven't dealt with. And we often see that in our life, right? Like if there's something we haven't fully healed within ourselves, it tends to come up in our interactions with other people. So with Saturn and Pluto retrograde, it can be very karmic in that sense. So whether it's relationships that are coming in from the past, and we just know that there's still something we're meant to do with that person, that there's still a connection that we're meant to have, like lessons we're meant to teach one another. But it can also just be like really notice the situations that you're in or the people that you're around that may be triggering a certain response within you. And dig a little bit deeper than just being triggered on the surface, and ask yourself, like, what is this pointing to? What is this showing within yourself that's meant to be healed, that's meant to be transformed? Because we're going to see a lot of this around the time of the new moon and even throughout May. Okay, let me read some of these comments here. Hi, Brittany. Maybe this moon energy is why I felt so inspired lately. The full moon a few weeks ago had me crying for days. Yeah, the full moons are always amplifiers. They just bring things to the surface. And I love how you say this idea, Brittany, of being inspired, because we do have this grounded energy. So right now we do have this focus on a lot of planets in Earth energy, which is the grounding and the practical, but we also have fire energy too. So we have this Earth and fire coming together. And the fire energy is the Aries energy that we have right now, which is that passion, it is that drive. There's also this cardinal energy of moving forward and getting things done. And that's really when we're going to feel most in flow as well. Like if there's a part of you that's really been suppressed, or there's something that you know you want to do, there's something you know you're meant to offer or share with the world, and you're not doing that, that can really get to you right now. And you can start to feel more emotional. You can start to feel overwhelmed with all the Capricorn energy too. It can be this feeling like, I should be further along on my path, right? And feeling like if we're not living up to what we feel we should be, or the vision we have in our heart, there can be a sense of frustration and overwhelm. So it's a balance, right? It's coming back to the moment and looking at what am I really grateful for in the here and now, and how can I understand that joy, that pleasure, that fun, that play, all those things are available to me in this moment. And at the same time, I can still have that vision for what I'm stepping into and what I really want to create in my life. And it's always that balance, but I feel like it's coming up. It's really like taking the spotlight in a big way at the time of the new moon. And it reminds me of that Abraham Hicks saying, it always sticks with me, grateful for where I am while open to receiving more, because we're always growing, we're always expanding, but it doesn't mean that we can't experience joy in this moment. So we're working with that right now. All right, let me see some of these other comments and questions coming in. Ali, maybe with my Taurus and Pisces energy, I'll get brave and voice my truth. Oh, well, you know what? Taurus rules over our throat chakra as well. So it is a time to really speak our truth. And also, Ali, in the Goddess Sisterhood, I did a meditation on that yesterday, a throat chakra activation and really stepping into like speaking our truth in the world. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down here. I love reading the comments. Thank you for sharing out, Nancy. I appreciate that. Awesome. Kenzel, I'm an Aries and I really have been staying in my power. Yeah. So even though we are in Taurus season, so the sun in Taurus, we still do have a lot of the energy of Aries right now. And the ruler of the new moon is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Aries. So it is that time where we're feeling that sense of passion, we're feeling that drive. It is a beautiful time to be in action mode. It is where we're going to feel at our best. And what we're also working at balancing right now is we want to be in that action mode, but we have to be careful as well that we're not taking too much on. So we have a Mars-Jupiter opposition that's coming into effect and is going to be like, I believe it's exact, let me see, at the time of the new moon. Yes, so we're really feeling that energy of Mars and Jupiter coming in as well. So we're wanting to expand, we're wanting to put ourselves out there, we're wanting to share our truth, we're wanting to share our gifts with the world. And we just want to be careful as well that we're not taking too much on. So if you've ever had this feeling of being in like, which I'm sure you have, we all have, we're like in a high energy, high vibe state, and we have all these creative ideas that we're going to put out into the world. All these things we're going to launch, all these things we're going to create, all these invitations that we say yes to. And then the next day we may realize like, oh, what did I do? Maybe I took on a little bit too much. So one of the things with that is keeping ourselves in a high vibe state, keeping ourselves aligned with the expansion that we want in our life. But the other side is make sure that what you're saying yes to are the things that are really aligned with your core value system. Because Taurus, the new moon in Taurus is also about examining what are the core values in my life. And is my life a reflection of my core value system? And if you feel this, I know I was feeling this energy the last few days, and this idea of kind of being overwhelmed with all the things going on, almost all these new ideas coming in and just feeling like a little overwhelmed with it all. So if you're looking to, and I was talking to a friend about this today, we were both kind of feeling this. We had a workshop we're planning to do together and we're like, hey, let's like just push this back a little bit so we can work on the projects and things we have on the go now. Because and if you're feeling the same way, the best thing to do is just go back to what are the things that I value the most? Am I saying yes to that? Am I saying no to the things that just aren't aligned with my vision, right? We can't do it all. We don't have to do it all. So it's okay to say no to the things that drain your energy or just aren't aligned. And that's how we really do stay in this high vibe state where it's easier to be magnetic to the things we desire. We say yes to the things that align with our values that light us up, and we're okay with saying no with the things that don't. So let me know if this is resonating, what's coming up for you here. Sarah is a Pisces, beautiful. So Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune throughout this year has been like a major player. And I think that's part of many of us feeling like we're connected to our intuition in a whole new way. We're feeling like these spiritual awakenings that we want to explore our spirituality in a deeper way. It's been very powerful. Okay, so I'm going to look at the chart here and see what else is really standing out right now. Okay, so I talked a little bit about the Saturn and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, and I think that really that is something you want to look at in your life. So noticing who are the people, who are the situations that may be triggering you at this time, what is being mirrored back to you. It's so interesting when we begin to see life as a mirror, we begin to see relationships as a mirror, what is being reflected back to us through our interactions with other people, because there really is this opportunity right now to notice what's coming up and to heal and transform it. So to do that, there's like a sense of courage that we have to be able to look at our emotions, right? To look at our emotions without becoming overly attached to them. And that's a balance that this cosmic energy is teaching us. So emotions have so much to teach us about our thought process, about how we're vibrating, what we're attracting, what we're calling in. And at the same time, we need to remember that our emotions come and go. So we don't want to become overly attached to our emotions in the sense that we allow them to determine the actions that we take. And that's what we're really learning with the Saturn-Pluto retrograde as well, especially with Saturn. Saturn is about, do you have the patience, the willpower, the discipline to take the actions you need to take in order to reach the goal that you have? It's all about, like, don't let the emotions get in the way. Do what needs to be done. And of course, we want to balance that out though, because there is something we can learn from our emotions, but it is not becoming overly attached to them. So let me know if that's resonating with you. It's almost like, I remember learning in my studies of psychology, like the mindfulness practice, where we're aware of how we're feeling, we're aware of our thoughts, we're aware of our emotions, but we're not creating stories around them. So it's almost like we're observing them, but we're observing them objectively. So we notice them, but we detach from the story about what it means about who we are. Because emotions do come and go, right? So we don't want to be overly attached to them, or it feels like a roller coaster, like we're going up and down all the time. All right, so let's see what's happening here in the comments. Hi, Jasmine, how are you? I'm a Taurus, my hubby is a Gemini. Ah, that's an interesting mix there, Gemini and Taurus, very cool. So I've also opened up spots for readings as well. So if you're feeling like you're going through a major time of transformation, I know many people have reached out saying it's a time where they're like, so much is happening in my life. I want more clarity on my path. What is going on? I can give you a private reading. So I do have some spots open for May. So just send me a message. And I also, if you are an astrology lover and you want to learn for yourself how to analyze your birth chart and how to work with that information in your manifesting, so knowing your soul gifts, knowing what your life path is, knowing the strengths that you bring in from past lives that you apply to this lifetime, I do have Explore Your Divine Blueprint open as well. So just send me a message if you're interested in that, either a reading or the program where we can go a little bit deeper and you learn how to work with the energy in your chart. Super powerful, because there's always these themes that happen, right? Like around the new moon. These are themes that are happening for all of us. But then within that, there is like an individual story that's happening for each of us, depending on how it's affecting our birth chart. So in each area of our life, it's like we're going through this transformation. We're going through these karmic connections in our own unique way. So it's really cool how it plays out. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Yes, Kelly, replay will be here. Beautiful. Scrolling up. Who else do we have here? Okay, so if you're jumping in now, share with me, what are you creating in this new moon energy? What are your intentions? So I'm just going to take another look at the chart and see what's really standing out that I want to talk about. So I love this balance between the earth and the fire elements, because the earth element teaches us the importance of staying grounded, teaches us the importance of being practical, and it's like the part of us that needs to do the work. And that is key with manifesting. It's like we have to align our energy. We need to have thoughts and a belief system that also match what we desire. All of that is like the vast majority of the work. But when we're in that place place of alignment, there is a point where we have to do the work, right? Like we have to take the action steps, and that's what we're working with at the new moon as well. Like, am I doing my part to co-create with the universe? Like, am I doing my part when I get an idea? Or am I hesitating out of fear? Am I holding back? Or am I allowing myself to be inspired and move forward? And the fire energy is what so many people are feeling right now, which is like the excitement, it is the passion, it is all the new ideas that are flowing to you and that are coming in. And the fire energy gives us that drive to take the ideas, to put them out into the world, to share them with the world. And that energy of passion is so magnetic in and of itself, right? We want to really look at like what fuels our passion, what gives us that sense of enjoyment and excitement. And I think at the heart of it, that's what the new moon in Taurus really is about. It's like returning to the joy. And in a way, with the Taurus energy, it's like a simplicity in that as well. It's like uncomplicating our life, clearing through the things that we've agreed to or said yes to that just don't match who we are or where we're going anymore. Like kind of cleaning that up, reassessing it all, and coming back to what are the core values in my life? What is it I desire to create, experience, and manifest? And how can I do my part to take action on that? And with the Saturn, Pluto, and Capricorn in the retrograde, it's having patience too, right? It's like having the patience to continue to show up for ourselves, for our soul work, to show up even when it looks like we're not getting the results that we want right away. Do we have the persistence to show up anyway? The determination. Taurus is about that too. Be determined, be persistent, stay on track with what you desire to create and experience. All right, Ellie, I'm not taking the action steps and I'm getting annoyed at the universe for it. I have lost a bit of my joy because I'm annoyed at myself for repeating a relationship pattern. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, you are welcome, Ellie. And again, with like Saturn in the mix and Pluto, it's not uncommon for people to have these like relationship patterns come up in their life again. And that's where I really encourage like everybody, for all of us. Like I'm noticing this big time lately, like certain patterns repeating in my life. And when I take time to like dig a little deeper, I'm like, okay, there's like a core issue here that hasn't really been resolved or looked at. And when we get to that, then like the external manifestations start to shift around it as well. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. All right, so yeah, enjoy these energies. Take time out to really look at what am I creating, what am I manifesting. I said I didn't really talk about the connecting to the wisdom of your body. That's huge with Taurus. So Taurus really does connect us back to like what our body needs. So really honor that as well. Honor the wisdom that comes through in your body, how you're feeling. When we get too much in the space of like our mind, or we're over analyzing, we lose touch with the wisdom that our body has. That's one of the ways our intuition speaks to us, is through our body. So going back to like, what is it that I really need? How is my body speaking to me? What messages is it sending to me? And being okay to take that time to rest, to recharge, and just honor our needs without that feeling of guilt. Taurus says it's okay, like honor what you need. Rest, recharge, relax. That's like part of the manifestation. Just as the action is the key component, so is the rest and the time we go within and the time we spend in silence when we receive the guidance, when we do the integration, when we look at what we need to let go of. So we have space to call in the new. So beautiful energy surrounding this new moon. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for hanging out. And once again, if you want to book a private reading, I did open up spots for May. They always fill up super quickly because with everything else I have on the go, I only have a few spots each month. So if you've been wanting to dive more deeply into your birth chart, reach out. I'd be happy to give you the details, or you can visit spiritualgoddesses.com and you can book from there. And I do have Explore Your Divine Blueprint out as well for anybody that wants to go deeper into their chart and really learn how to harness that to like improve relationships, increase your confidence, and just be in your power when you're manifesting. Like we all have a unique style of manifesting. We all have unique energy. So when we're trying to apply strategies and techniques that we might learn from a coach or someone else that isn't aligned with who we are or our unique way of like magnetizing things into our experience, it just doesn't work. So we have to get back to like on a soul level, where does my power lie? What's my unique manifestation style? And when we look at our birth chart, we can really explore that. Like it really is like the guidance we have as we come into this human experience, fully equipping us for this human journey, what we're here to give to the world, what we're here to experience. It's super powerful. All right, so sending so much love and light to you all. Thank you for hanging out today. Enjoy these cosmic energies and happy new moon. Bye.